What is going on, YouTube? I don't even know if this works, but we are going to shoot for it. Somebody sent me a message. How many concurrent viewers? 0. What is my chat rate? There's no chat rate. It's just a line because nobody's ever in here. But what I am trying to do, like, I think I'm streaming live on YouTube. That's what I'm doing. And you know what? So I'm gonna do. I am just gonna wait a minute. I'm gonna enjoy some coffee, and we'll see if we can get some people to come in here. It is 1:16 p.m. It is Sunday. We are in the middle of February.
It's 1:16
p.m. You know, it's hilarious. I don't know if anybody has an Apple Watch, but I like record stuff periodically. And what is hilarious about that Apple Watch is one I'm kind of animated, so I move around and shit when I talk, and sometimes when I'm passionate about what I'm speaking about, I move around even more. And this crypto space, the NFT, digital art space, I love it all, and I'm passionate about it. And I will put myself in a position where I'm in the middle of delivering like some just gospel, like just, I don't know, what I find stimulating information. And I'll lean and my watch will start talking to me, and it makes me act like, it makes me insane. It makes me so angry. So it makes me as angry as bad drivers, which make it infuriate me. So those few things really make me crazy. And so what do I do here? So like I would love to have some interaction with some people, but what I might also do is just deliver some content, some news that I have lined up for the people, because I spend a lot of time doing this shit. So there's a couple things. One, I have some information coming up about Wormhole, Link, Immutable. A bunch of neat stuff is coming. But today we are going to get into a couple things. So let's just dive right into it. We have Sam Altman. He has turned his attention to semiconductors from artificial intelligence. Is he leaving the AI game behind? No, he's bringing it with him. Sam Altman, his company just had a valuation over $80 billion. This guy is not kidding. He is moving. What he's going to do is this artificial intelligence empire that he's created, he's going to focus all of that energy towards superconductor chips and semiconductors, and it is going to change the way we compute. It is going to move the needle so far forward, so fast. What is interesting about moving the needle forward that fast is, are we ready? And it brings up an interesting argument. I think artificial intelligence gives us the ability to play the chess game quicker than before. And when you can instantly play, calculate, and finish a chess game in seconds, when a human can't really do it that quickly, it's interesting to see how that is going to advance technology, and will advance technology quicker than we are ready to digest. And what's interesting about generations is generations always have different things that were prevalent in a generation that the previous generation doesn't understand. I am not that person. I am an artist. I kind of understand trends. I understand what's happening in the world. I like divergence. I like the alternative. I was a punk rock kid. Like I understand what it means to run against the grain, look at things another way. So this crypto space, this digital art space, the gaming space, it looks at the world in a different way. So, you know, I got something burning real quick. I don't even, you know, like I'm just delivering content. So burning food is part of the content, MFers. Oh, that's hot. Man, that is so hot. So I just made myself a soft hot pretzel, which I am a huge fan of soft pretzels. If you're in that game, you know what's up. Soft pretzels are pretty good. And you know what? So I'm trying to do a couple things. One, I want to give you guys some content. Two, I want to understand how this whole game works. Three, I can't deliver content and see if people are in the room. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and just I wonder how can I share this on Twitter? I wonder how I do that. Copy the clipboard. You know what? I'm gonna try and share this on Twitter and see what happens. I'm going out on a limb here, people. I'm eating a hot pretzel. All right. So. Oof. All right. So, while I'm chilling out, I just tweeted that out. My pretzel's too hot to eat. Oh my god. It's so delicious, so. Okay, so it's rude to, like, I'm just being plain rude right now. I'm eating while I'm doing, oh my god. You can see the steam. It's so hot. So, oh my god. It's just hot! And so, because one to the youngsters. Did you see how I ate with my mouth closed? And I waited till I was done talking. And I didn't talk to you while I was eating. That's one. And that, you know what, that one was so good, I don't even need to do number two. That's right. Can somebody tell me, here's a question I'd love to get some answers on. So, like, as people do content, right? When you watch content, when you watch news, do you need to see all those fucking fancy shits come up? Like, do you need that to keep your attention span going? Is that how it is? I guess it's good to have something to look up. Oh, I did it. I'm talking to you with my mouth full. You know why? Because nobody's in here. Holy moly, let's see. I have one concurrent viewer. I apologize, I'm chewing with my mouth shut. So, two things. One, I just said if you're young, don't eat with your mouth open. That's tip number one. Two, this show, like, I get sidetracked a lot, but this show, like, you know, like, not only is it news and what's going on, it's like life advice. Like, I'm an expert on life. I've been through a lot of shit. And so that transfers into so many different things. It transfers into the creative outlook you have on life. How do you find inspiration in small things? How do you keep going when things are really difficult? How do you stay young at heart? All of those things are things a lot of people strive for. And I've had those things my whole life. And it's a gift and a curse at the same time. But I will share you the benefits that mindset brings with it, because there's gold in there. Like, if you're trying to figure out how to live life better and smarter, I don't know. I have some nuggets. So I got two more bites. My mouth is shut. Mm. Soft pretzels are fucking delicious. Oh, here's more fucking rare bits life advice, especially for you fucking youngsters. Like you're out on your own, you're just getting out of fucking your parents' basement, or even better, you're fucking still stuck in your parents' basement. Get yourself two appliances that you need to get just as a human being young in this world that is trying to figure shit out. One is an air fryer. Man, what a game changer that thing is. So, a couple things. I've had a bunch of different ones. I've had big ones, small, whatever. Dude, I'm not cooking for a family. Most of the time, I'm cooking for me. They have an air fryer that's like this big. Everything fits in there, and everything tastes amazing. Nothing is better than an air fryer. Number one. Number two, if you are trying to eat healthy, which I recommend everybody do, find a way to eat healthy shit. I know it doesn't taste good. How do you do it? It's called a Vitamix. And don't fuck around with shitty blenders. Get a Powerhouse. Get a Vitamix. It's going to cost you about, I don't know, $400 or $500. But this blender is amazing. If you're a parent and you have kids and they don't want to eat correct, I'm telling you, put it all in a Vitamix. And then the magic ingredient in the Vitamix is frozen blueberries. I don't care what you're serving your kids, yourself. A basket full of kale and cauliflower. Throw some fucking frozen blueberries in there. Throw it in the Vitamix, and you're gonna be able to get it down. And it's just good to put that type of nutrition into yourself that's not cooked, that's clean. The other thing you have to think about too, though, like if you do want to get healthy, and you do get a Vitamix, which I recommend, don't just go hog wild and be like, oh, I'm going to have 3 bananas, an apple, some blueberries, some kale, and some protein powder, and throw that all in the Vitamix and start doing that every day, because you don't normally eat that much fruit or that much kale in one sitting. So you have to slowly get into it. But if you do it, it's fucking just a great, I don't know. The Vitamix is fucking a blender and an air fryer. Those two things, you'll be set for so much of your life. It's absolutely amazing. Last bite. Man, I lost my viewer. That sucks. I guess they probably already have an air fryer. All right, but I'm just, you know what, like, it would be awesome if I had people here. I don't, so let's just get into it. Sam Altman turns his attention to semiconductors and OpenAI. His company is now valued over $80 billion. Filecoin integrates with Solana as they chase scalability and integrity. Bored Apes are back on top for now. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Friday. No, it's February. It's Sunday. It's February 18th, and it's time for some rare bits. If you guys don't know, today the Crypto Greed and Fear Index is a 72. We are down 4 degrees from yesterday. That takes us from extreme greed back into the greed zone. We hit extreme greed the other day, and it was really nice. We'll take it. Greed, extreme greed. It's just good for us. We are going to touch base on some of the oscillators in a moment, and we will talk about that it is still a buying opportunity. Top NFT sentiment is 31. We have not gotten much higher than that in quite a while. And my new thought process for NFT sentiment being in that cold 31 zone is cold is the new warm. We just don't know it yet. Crypto top search term is LivePeer, ticker sign LPT. It is up 129% on the 7-day. I have not researched it yet. Sometimes when these pop up on this list, it could be a fluke. I usually research it when it is the second time seeing it. So because it's on my list, I am sharing it with you. Top NFT search term is Trump sneakers. If you have not seen them, they are some red bottom gold sneakers. They're actually kind of cool. I like them. Unfortunately, Bitcoin dominance is down a bit. ETH dominance is up for sales volume across both the NFT, Bitcoin, and Solana ecosystems. We are down dramatically over the last 24 hours. We have Arcade launching an airdrop, sending a bunch of tokens to some select Bitcoin ordinal holders. Are you one of them? Uniswap volume is on the move. It's going up. We have a new version of Uniswap coming out, slated for Q3. We already seen token movement. Is this the beginning to buy the rumor, sell the news? Is that what we're seeing? We have Pixel launching their token. It goes live on Binance tomorrow. That should kick out some dust. We saw Nifty choose Tensor over Magic Eden as they throw a curveball to the whole ecosystem. We can deep dive onto that. There's definitely some clickable content on that one. Yuga hints at the Clubhouse. Where did they do this? Why do I know this? We'll get into all that. But before we do, let's check on some current numbers for the nerds. Excuse me, I still have no visitors, so I'm going to take a moment to have some coffee. Okay, you guys, let's look at some crypto numbers, because what I love about recording these videos is that we are going to get to a day where Bitcoin is going to be, I don't know, $250,000 a coin. And to look back on these videos that we do where Bitcoin is in the 50 range, the 30 range, wherever it is, this is going to be, I don't know, digital gold at some day. Okay, here we go. Bitcoin is coming in at $51,724. It is up on the day, week, month, and year. How much up is it? We are up 111% on the year. Ethereum is trading at $2,818. It is up 12% on the week. BNB is up 9% on the week, trading at $351. About a month ago, we were doing some technical analysis on BNB, just watching it continue to break, and just continue its upward trajectory. It has not stopped. It has been an interesting story. Binance, they've been through some shit this year. Is the BNB coin on stable footing, and is it headed upward? That is my thought, so keep your eyes on it as we move forward. It has been battling with Solana for the 4th and 5th position as far as market cap goes. Solana is coming in at number 5, currently trading at $113. And the Cinderella story of Solana, if you guys don't know, Solana, it's up on the day, it's up on the week, it's up on the month. How much is it up on the year? It is up 364% on the 365-day turnaround. Not many coins can say that. Okay, now I'm going to do something special that I normally don't do. I normally keep this to my paid subscribers for my Substack list. I'm going to run through my current holdings, what I'm looking at, what makes sense. Sometimes I do a deep dive on these on the Substack, tell you why I like them, why I'm in and out of them, what I'm holding long term, and what I'm holding short term. But we're going to look at some of these super quick. I'm looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Injective, Celestia, Say, Render, Sui, Helium, Blur, Jupiter, Bonk, Roll Bitcoin, Floki, Nosana, and Wen. Those are the coins that I have some bags of, that I watch. Some I play in and out of. Some I'm in all of these because I find them interesting. There's a back end story to all of them. On the hour, all of my coins are down. On the day, only one of my coins are down. On the week, only one coin is down. On the month, nothing is down. On the year, I have 2 coins that are down. That is why I'm in them. One that is down for the year is the Blur token. The other one that is down for the year is Floki. Both of those are down 24 and 34% respectively. Those both have some things coming down the pike that are going to turn those around. When we are looking at uptime for these coins, we're talking about on the year, we're up 111%, we're up 67%, we're up 12%, we're up 364%, we're up 53%, we're up 104% on Avalanche. We are up 834% on Injective. We're up 230% on Render. We are up 1,362% on Bonk for the year. Roll Bitcoin is up 131% for the year, and Nosana is up 20,000% on the year. I wish I was part of that early story. I am not, but holy moly. Those are the coins that I play that I'm watching. Put those on your list. They are they're just they have an interesting backstory. And there's some coins that I like that are not listed there that I'm in and out of. That is my current playlist today. That is what I wake up, look at, trade. That is what I'm thinking about. And I don't often share that, but I am sharing it. It is not advice. It is actually a warning. It's not advice. It is a warning. Stay away from these coins. But they are those. Listen, I don't give advice. I don't do technical analysis like a lot of the people. My background is different. I bring my background and my skill set for the way that I look at the market into how I look at all of these things. And there are people from the financial background that are going to come in with numbers and their hocus pocus charts. I read the charts. I know what they're saying. I get it. There are some other indicators that I like to key in on. So I don't know. We all have different ways to play this market. What I will say is that I love being in a space with people that look at the market differently than I do. I am never opposed to learning. I am always trying to grow and increase my knowledge. And you know, this is something I want to sideline on for half a second. You know what's interesting? We're entering this moment where we're getting maxi, like the Bitcoin maxis hated ordinals, right? But now we've got these Bitcoin ordinal maxis, these people that are only talking about the ordinal ecosystem of Bitcoins. And if I've learned anything from bear markets, more specifically from this most recent bear market, is that being a maxi, you will miss opportunities. So I understand conviction in something. You need that to hodl things. You need that conviction, but don't let that conviction be closed-minded conviction, because you'll end up with a big L, and nobody wants that. Okay, moving on. What else am I looking at? So I want to pull up, let's just pull up some Magic Eden and see what's going on there super quick. I like to look at Solana first because it's just, man, Solana is such a user-friendly ecosystem to get involved with if you're new to crypto or new to trading. I do recommend Solana, and I think Magic Eden is the place to do it. Top 5 collections on the Magic Eden over the last 24 hours are Transdimensional Fox Federation, Frogana's, Mad Lads, Little Potatoes, and Homeowners Association Parcel, followed by Open Soul Map, Tensorians, and the MARMs. That was more than 5, wasn't it? MARMs are trading at 3.08. I was looking at them the other day when they were up at 4. They are down 49% on the day for trading volume. People are losing interest, though there were still 633 trades over the last 24 hours. Transdimensional Fox Federation. This MFR has been on the top of the list forever. The price does not fluctuate that much. It's stuck around this 5.57 Solana mark, about the $600 cash value. And what's interesting about it, one, it's got the gem allocation with Magic Eden. So if you are trading this, you are getting extra points through Magic Eden. We're talking about 2,000 trades in the last 24 hours. And this is about the 4th or 5th day in a row where this thing has just been cooking, but the price isn't going anywhere. Then we have Frogana's. Their price is kind of stuck, you know, like these collections. It's interesting. I'm wondering if they're starting to get into these cycles. And we saw it on Blur. And we see it on Blur where these collections get stuck in this cycle at the bottom of the collection where it's not people that are interested. It's these flippers, and they make it, I don't know, it's not a fun water to dip your toe into if you're new to the ecosystem, the amount of flipping that goes on. So it's not super user friendly. The UX UI experience is not super great with that type of atmosphere when you are new to the ecosystem. So I think about these things when I look at all this stuff. Excuse me. Looking at the top 5 collections on the Bitcoin ecosystem, we have the Node Monkeys, the RSIC Meta Protocol, Quantum Cats, Bitcoin Puppets, and the PNGS. Next up would be the Ordinal Punks. The Ordinal Punks, they have a floor. The floor price is 4.25 Bitcoin. That is $219,000, and we had one sell in the last 24 hours. Node Monkeys seem to be the fan favorite at the moment. They're trading at $8,000 a pop right now. I love to see it. Let's get back into some news super quick. No viewers, so we're in no rush. So, but people may watch it later. And so here's the question: like, if you do watch this later, like, do I need to go edit this shit and put charts up and shit for you to, like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It would be awesome if I had some live viewers and I could give some terrible life advice, because I have a lot of it, and I'd like to get it off my chest. So there's that. Okay, so getting back into some of the news, like, you know what I want you to do. Excuse me. One, if you've made it this far, just like, subscribe, share it, get somebody else in here. Tell me how to start kicking up dust on this channel. Like, I'm new to this shit, but I got crazy content I want to do. But imagine walking out onto a stage with no audience. Like, do you have the opportunity to give your best performance in that light, or would you prefer to have the stakes be a little more interesting? Would you prefer people in the audience, or would you prefer a full house audience to shekel your wares to? It's interesting, but I would love to have interaction with people on this platform. I don't know how to do it. I try all kinds of shit. Oh, but it would be great if you YouTubers could go check out my Substack. I post it every morning. You can read and look at charts. And in my Substack, I spend a lot of time giving you just factual stuff. The idea behind the YouTube is we'll run through some of this factual stuff, open some shit up for some dialogue. And in that dialogue, a bunch of people are making moves and choices in this space, and I love to comment on that and give life advice on interesting stuff and why I think these moves are important, like watching the Bored Ape Yacht Club purchase Moonbirds, like watching Nifty and Bodago's Inca partnership future forward with Tensorian and not Magic Eden. Why did these things happen? I have comments on all of them. I think they're interesting business plays. I think people are short-sighted when they comment on a lot of this stuff. But I think there's so much to scratch on all this stuff, but I cannot do it by myself. I mean, I can. You definitely can, but like then you're kind of crazy town, right? Like, at some point, it's just a little crazy. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have 2 viewers, which is really interesting. There's still more news to get to. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to talk about Bored Ape Yacht Club and Yuga Labs. And what is super interesting about this conversation, just to get going, is Bored Ape Yacht Club did not purchase Moonbirds. Yuga Labs purchased Moonbirds. And moving forward, I think people need to make that distinction, that the Bored Ape Yacht Club did not make this business decision. The parent company did. And they're 2 distinct entities. And I think moving forward, they will continue to be 2 very distinct entities. There was kerfuffle on the timeline when this news came out that Moonbirds had been acquired. And what's interesting about it was, I think what made people upset is not that the purchase happened. It's one, that they weren't warned, and one, I don't think they need to get a warning, but I think people look at Kevin Rose as not a stellar player in the ecosystem, and purchasing Moonbirds gave some validity to the way he's treated holders, the way he's been in the it makes it okay for the way he's operated in the ecosystem. And I think there are a lot of people who don't think it's okay how Kevin Rose conducted himself. And his prior associate, Ryan Carson, just two ships that did not have intentions set correctly. And their intentions were different than what when they spoke about their intentions and they delivered on them. I think they were two different things. And the acquisition of Moonbird seems to reward that type of behavior. And I don't think that was the case. I think Yuga is looking at the bigger picture, which I think is really interesting. And we look at stuff for today, and I get it. But the big picture is really interesting as well, the long-term play, which I'll get into in a sec. But I think people were initially pissed. And when I saw this stuff on the timeline, everything went crazy. And what's even crazier about the timeline is, in my podcast, the day, right, I put my podcast out early in the morning, and as I'm doing my research and delivering the podcast, I'm looking through this research, and I'm like, I looked at the Moonbird's volume, and my comment on the podcast was, who the fuck is buying a Moonbird right now? Like, I just didn't understand it. And there was substantial movement, enough for it to ping my radar. And this was all pre-Yuga announcements that the acquisition happened. So there was some shady shit going on. So yeah, like doing shady shit on the blockchain, that seems like fucking really crazy. But there was movement. I noticed that I commented on it even before the announcement happened. So the announcement happens. It wasn't Bored Apes. It was Yuga. I also did a post of when I think Gordon Goner decided to buy the Moonbirds. It was probably the day that he decided to take that wizard shower. Ordinals are spam, absolutely spam. So that's a side note. But in this acquisition of Moonbirds, it just as a move, it reminds me of Amazon. And Amazon, especially the younger people, like if you don't know, Amazon used to be a bookstore, and like I'm an artist and I was a punk rock kid, right? And so Amazon was, to me, evil. It took away bookstores, and bookstores are magical. Bookstores, you used to go there, I don't know, on a date, on a whatever. You have a 30-minute break, you go to a bookstore, and the smell in there, whether you're looking for something new, something old, something inspiring, something classical, whatever it is, you could pick up a book and lose yourself. And Amazon took that experience away. You know, like the record player's gone, playing vinyl, like these are experiences I grew up with that are gone. And whether they're good or bad or cumbersome or not, they were tactile, physical experiences that are gone. Technology takes that away. Amazon technology was at the precipice of taking that away. They took away bookstores to me. But Amazon then decides to branch out and start selling shit other than books. And stockholders, employees, friends, family members were like, what the fuck are you doing? What do you mean you're going to sell stuff other than books? Amazon sells everything now. When they started going about these different verticals, people were like, what is happening? Kind of like what's happening with Yuga. They are acquiring these assets, and individuals are like, what is happening? Yuga will be the Amazon of this Web3 ecosystem 10, 15 years from now. And let's double click on that for a second. So we think about gaming. We think about all of these different assets that Yuga has. People complain it's hundreds of thousands of them. How can they manage it? Easy. You have teams to do it. You have computers to track it. You have artificial intelligence to help you. That's how. So when we look at the gaming ecosystem, one of the things, so we know that games need to be fun. So that is a mission that they've expressed, and I'll touch on where I heard that in a second. We know gaming needs to be fun. Yuga plans on delivering on that intention. All of these different assets they have, if you think about it, what an incredible way to skin your game. You have people that like the assets for different reasons. Maybe they want to play a game with a slight tweak with their character. Now you skin it in that character, skin it in this character, skin it in that character. Now the underlying company has all of these tentacles out, and they can deliver content and hit all of these streams and future forward. This is such a fucking brilliant play. They are creating a web that, to me, it's only rivaled by Mochaverse. And that is another team. If you guys don't have them on your fucking radar, you need to. Mochaverse is fucking huge. They're going to get bigger, faster, quicker than I think Yuga will. And so, why do I say that? The Mochaverse ID is why I say it. They have hundreds of thousands of people who hold this ID worldwide. It is a connection, a game changer that they have that nobody else has. I report on it in my Substack quite a bit. Nobody else talks about it. I talk about it a lot because I think it's magical what they're doing. Keep Mochaverse on your list. So Yuga makes this purchase. People don't understand it. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. The timeline goes crazy, and the sentiment was that Yuga's not listening to the community, nor have they been for a minute. Okay. Yeah, people are going through shit, whatever. They hold a Discord yesterday, and when I checked in, there were 690 people in the Discord, all attentively listening. And it was well delivered, great content. We heard from a bunch of the Yuga team. What was interesting about it, I wasn't in the Discord, don't get me wrong. I was listening on a Twitter space where somebody was illegally patching the information out. It was like watching an illegal UFC fight you knew you shouldn't be watching, like somebody's broadcasting it. And it was interesting. But long story short, the message that was delivered by the team at Yuga was, we hear you. We have not left you. We have the intention of staying active. We want you to continue to believe in us. And they also iterated on the idea that Yuga is not Bored Apes. So to throw Bored Apes into the mix when you're having a discussion about the purchase of Moonbirds is unfair. What they also said in the Discord was they cleared up some stuff. So I think one of the things that made people mad about the purchase of Yuga was not only did it greenlight Kevin Rose's behavior, but it looked like Kevin Rose was going to have the opportunity to transfer to Yuga with a job. And I think that upset a bunch of people. So they cleared that up. They also alluded to the clubhouse that is coming, which will be in Miami for the Bored Ape holders. So that is going to be one of the biggest game changers that will come down the pike, in my opinion. An NFT collection having a physical space will rival any club in the world. I think we got a taste of this. I think one of the first good moves we saw of this was by Frank and the D-Labs team. Several NFT events ago, they basically requested an entire floor to a hotel, and they took all the rooms, and that made it like this central meeting place for everybody in the community. This past year at Art Basel, several NFT collections and several groups of people got entire houses in Miami for Art Basel and had it for the entire week. And they used these as showcases and a place to meet and a place for the community to gather day after day. And it created a really interesting bond, not only for the community, but just for the way people can interact with each other. And future forward, when we look at Yuga Labs and Bored Apes and creating this physical clubhouse, what an amazing thing to be a part of. I was a member of a club in New York that had a wonderful meeting spot, and you go in there and you can have friends come, and it's a wonderful meeting spot. It's a wonderful workplace. If you have clients from out of town, it's nice being a part of a club, and having a clubhouse makes it real. And it's not a yacht club if you don't have a fucking clubhouse, right? So that is what you got to think about. Next up, is there any shit that I want to get into? You know what? I want you guys to watch Dog with Hat. That is a coin that I think is poised to do some movement. I like it. I'm not holding it right now, but this morning I was looking at some technical analysis that the Flow Horse did. And he's often right on about some stuff. And granted, if you listen to my podcast, my comment about Flow Horse's technical analysis on dog with hat is that he's got a shit ton of it. That's sometimes that helps your technical analysis when you're doing future forward shit. You're like, well, I have a shit ton of this. I think it should go up. So whether he holds a shit ton of this or not, he sees dog with hat as an potential upside of 116% in the next coming months. So whether that is in the cards or not, I think it's an interesting call. So I think that's awesome. And you know what I also did? I also did some short videos that you can check on here about some gaming tokens that are doing some drops. And these gaming tokens, I don't know, like if you play this shit right, it's free money out of the sky. You just got to know what to do. So these gaming tokens, I don't give financial advice, but I'll show you what doors to knock on. And that's all I'm doing. So check out my Substack. I don't have a lot of other stuff to do. It seems like I've had 3 people come in and check in on this whatever it is, this live broadcasting that I'm doing. I'm enjoying some coffee, hanging out with you guys on this day. You know what? Seeing myself on video, I can say this: that one lesson that I had never learned is don't cut your own hair. No, no. Yeah, I mean, like clearly, do not cut your own hair. But I actually take that back. Along with the air fryer, the Vitamix, a set of good hair clippers, those 3 things, that's really all you need if you're a man to be happy. Oh, I'm going to give you more life advice that nobody asked for. So, this is hilarious. I saw a meme about this the other day, and it's some guy standing in the, I don't know, the beauty aisle or whatever at the fucking grocery store. And he's looking at the shampoo and he's like, this does, dry. It does one shampoo for all the hairs. And the girl's like, like she needs a different shampoo for morning, evening, oily, dry, like depends on when she washes her hair, what humidity is, all this stuff. And what I found funny about that is there's this awesome stuff. Talk about shampoo for dry or oily hair. They call this shampoo 16 of 1. I'm gonna hit on that shit. Shampoo, face wash, body wash. Brush your teeth with this shit. What? Are you kidding me right now? Yes, this shit, you get peppermint flavor. It's soap body wash. You can brush your teeth with it. You wash everything on your body with it. You wash your dog with it. You wash your mom with it. You can wash everything with it. And it's 1 bottle. No more, man. So, get an air fryer, a Vitamix, 1 bottle of this shit. It'd be pretty good. All right, you guys are fucking awesome. Subscribe to my Substack. Remember, the rabbit hole runs deep. I'll help you out of it. I'll help you in it. Either way, it's a place to be. I think there's a bunch of upside to the crypto market. You should be involved with it. Subscribe to my Substack today. If you stopped in on the YouTube, press a like, press a share, do whatever. Yeah, and the more I do this, if I see some of you MFers around, I'll interact. I think I figured out how to get the chat thing on, so we'll see if this works. And here, this is what's even funnier, is the other day I recorded like 30 minutes of this shit, and my microphone wasn't on. And I just tried to record this shit, not live, but I was just going to record the news, and I recorded it for like 20 minutes, and it didn't record. So anyway, we love tech. I love hanging out with you guys, even though it's just me here. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the day. I hope you guys are powering up for the weekend, and whatever you do, do it right, do it strong. That's how we do it. You guys enjoy your day.